morning, everybody. My name's Darlene, and I have Parkinson's. Today is Pass or Fail. So I've got a recipe that was sent to me by a viewer. Her channel name is Sassy Granny Vlogs, and she has sent me a recipe I had never heard of. I cannot imagine how this works, so I'm going to attempt it. It's apparently from the Depression age, when ingredients were hard to come by, and it's called water pie, and that's exactly what it is, water pie. So I got a 9-inch pie crust here. It said not to cook it ahead of time, just to set it like this. Now, I didn't homemade this. This is a frozen crust. This is where it just gets so bizarre. Let me just uncover my stuff here. Okay. I want to make sure that you can see when I bring the pie over here. All right, so I'm going to bring the pie into here. So there's the pie. Now, I was told that the edges of the crust burn very easily, so to cover it up with tinfoil. So I've tried that. Now it says put 1.5 cups of water and pour it into the pie shell. Just before I do that, I want to read the next step, because I have to put 4 tablespoons of flour and 1 cup of sugar into a bowl. I want to do that before I put the water in. So 4 tablespoons of flour. 1, 2, 3. It's going to be such a beautiful day here today. It's going to be very hot, hence the sundress. Okay, and 1 cup of sugar. That's a lot of sugar for in the Depression ages. This is a 1/4 cup measure. I'll make sure that it says a cup. 1 cup of sugar. Okay, 1. Because I was always told that was one of the things they cherished, was their sugar. So that's kind of odd, but anyway, go with the flow. 4. All right, so that's there. Now, mix this up really well. Okay, now I see where we're going with this. All right, so mix this up really well. If you're tired, you should go to bed, honey. Okay, I think that's pretty well mixed up. All right, so it tells me to take my 1.5 cups of water and to pour it into my pie shell. Now this is counteract to everything I've ever been told. This should have been a deep dish, I think. All right, now it says to take this mixture, sprinkle it all over the water, and do not stir. Very pointed, do not stir. So, and it says sprinkle, not just dump. She says it takes a while to do it, so she doesn't know if she has Parkinson's. It takes a lot more time to do it. Yeah, I think this should have been in a deep dish shell, but didn't specify that, so. Okay. You can see just how bizarre this recipe is, eh? Like, I can't imagine how this works. I'm envisioning that it would be like the filling of a pecan pie or something, but we'll see. All right, spoon of flour and sugar over. Do not stir. Add 2 teaspoons of vanilla and sprinkle that. Sprinkle with vanilla, all right? I like vanilla. I might do a little extra vanilla, but shouldn't do. I know I got to do it the way it was written. Okay. It's not fair to do it any other way. That's 1 teaspoon. Two teaspoons. All right, 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Now it says 5 tablespoons. I got to go to the fridge because I got it in the fridge. 5 tablespoons of butter cut into pats and then put on the top. So I've got that in my refrigerator so it wasn't going to be melting. All right. So let's just put this. Just put it in like this. Mine aren't cut nicely into pats, but my butter was a little too soft when I went to do it, so I just thought I'd harden it up a little bit in the freezer. But I did measure it. So all right. So that's that. Now what do we do? On the top. Now I'm going to bake it for 450 at 450. That's very high. 450. Oh, it's starting to run over. Oh dear me. Okay. 450 for 30 minutes. 375 for another 30 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to put it in the oven and we'll come back. Hi everybody, we're back. Okay, so let's decide what we think. Pass or fail. This is how it turned out. The filling seems to be okay. The crust really overcooked. And it's breaking apart. We'll see. We're going to see what Bill thinks of it. It's kind of a gelatinous consistency. It's like, good. Is it good? It's kind of gelatinous. Like, we'll see. I'm shocked.
Oh my.
I did not see how that was going to make anything that tasted good. Quite sweet. And it's not even a horrible texture. I thought that it was maybe going to be a horrible texture. Quite sweet. I don't know if that would benefit from a little bit of Cool Whip on it or if it's just fine the way it is. I think it would benefit from a few raisins sprinkled into it. Yeah. I think it'd be nice with a few raisins sprinkled into it, maybe just to give it a little bit more body. But I would say that this is a pass, which shocks me. I really did not think this was going to work out. But I'd give it a pass. Would you?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, here's what I want you to do. Everybody who wants me to try something that's very unusual like this, send it over to me. I've got my address in the description. I'm going to put the recipe for this in the description. And I really want to thank the subscriber named Sassy Granny Vlogs. That's who gave me this recipe to try. And I want to thank her for doing that. And we've got somebody lined up for next week, but I'm looking for people after that. So send them on ahead. All right, we'll talk to y'all tomorrow.